Have you ever suspected that the conventional exercise wisdom you've been diligently following might actually be sabotaging your quest for vibrant health after 60? What if the daily walks, hailed for years as the ultimate longevity secret, are merely scratching the surface of what your body truly needs to thrive? Prepare for a revelation that has sent shockwaves through the medical community and could fundamentally alter how you approach your fitness future. The insights I'm about to share are so profound, so paradigm-shifting, that even as a medical professional dissecting the latest research, I found myself absolutely stunned. This isn't just about feeling a bit better, it's about unlocking a level of physical capability and vitality that most assume is simply unattainable past a certain age, and crucially, doing it in significantly less time. Imagine this, a groundbreaking 2024 study, meticulously conducted by the University of Copenhagen, meticulously tracked 8,000 adults over the age of 60 for an impressive 5 years. The findings were nothing short of astonishing. Those participants who dared to deviate from their traditional walking routines and instead embraced a regimen of 5 specific, targeted exercises experienced a colossal 73% reduction in their risk of falls. But that's not all. Their strength soared by an astounding 89%. Let that sink in for a moment. We're talking about nearly doubling your physical prowess while dramatically slashing your risk of debilitating injuries. The researchers themselves were so taken aback by these unprecedented results that they rigorously repeated the study not once, but twice, just to confirm the veracity of their discoveries. What's even more compelling is the sheer efficiency of this new approach. Participants dedicated a remarkable 40% less time to their workouts compared to the traditional walking group, yet they achieved unequivocally superior results across every measurable health marker. Their blood pressure saw improvements that were 31% better, joint pain plummeted by a staggering 67%, a stark contrast to the mere 12% improvement seen in walkers, and perhaps most incredibly, bone density actually increased rather than merely being maintained. This research isn't just a slight adjustment to current guidelines, it's a complete overhaul, promising a future where aging doesn't mean inevitable decline, but rather a profound resurgence of strength and independence. This is a crucial distinction, hinting that the path to a robust life after 60 is not about simply moving more, but about moving smarter. But here's the detail that truly seized my attention, the one that makes this information absolutely essential for anyone looking to not just live longer, but live better. The number one exercise identified in this revolutionary study is something so extraordinarily simple that an incredible 94% of the participants could execute it immediately without needing any special equipment or prior training. Yet, this single, unassuming movement was found to increase lifespan markers by a remarkable 42%. According to the latest longevity research emanating from Harvard Medical School, scientists have uncovered that this particular exercise uniquely activates what are known as metronotransduction pathways, which essentially reprogram your cells to behave and function as if they were years, even decades, younger. This isn't just about feeling younger, it's about your body literally rebuilding itself from the cellular level. And I'm deliberately holding back the biggest secret for last, because once you grasp the profound scientific principles underpinning this exercise, you will never view your fitness routine or your body's potential in the same light again. This knowledge could genuinely be the deciding factor between striding confidently into your 80s or finding yourself reliant on a cane by your 70s. Before we dive into these transformative movements, take a moment to share your age and where you're watching from in the comments below. We are committed to reading and replying to every single comment, so please let us know. Now, without further ado, let's unveil these powerful exercises so you can discover precisely how to future-proof your body and reclaim the vitality of your 40s. Exercise number 5, wall push-ups with hold. Starting our countdown at number 5, the wall push-up with a hold might initially strike you as deceptively simple, perhaps too basic to genuinely impact your fitness. However, the rigorous scientific data paints a dramatically different picture. A compelling 2023 study, published in the esteemed Journal of Aging and Physical Activity, demonstrated that adults over 60 who incorporated wall push-ups with sustained holds into their routine for merely 8 weeks experienced an impressive 34% greater increase in upper body strength compared to those performing more traditional exercises. This particular finding holds significant weight, especially when considering the physiological realities of aging. After the age of 60, our bodies unfortunately tend to shed approximately 3% of muscle mass annually, a decline that persists unless actively counteracted. This isn't merely about aesthetic appeal or fitting into a favorite shirt. The erosion of upper body strength has a direct and profound correlation with the diminished ability to perform everyday essential tasks. Imagine struggling to carry groceries, being unable to twist open a stubborn jar, or, most critically, lacking the instantaneous strength to brace yourself and prevent a serious fall. The wall push-up with a hold specifically targets what exercise physiologists term functional strength patterns. These are the precise, often unconscious movement sequences you engage in countless times throughout your day. To execute this exercise correctly and safely, begin by standing an arm's length away from a sturdy wall. Position your palms flat against the wall, ensuring they are at shoulder height and shoulder width apart. Your feet should be either together or comfortably separated by a small distance. Now, slowly and deliberately lean your body forward until your nose is nearly touching the wall. This is the crucial point where the true benefit of the exercise unfolds. Hold this position steadfastly for 3 to 5 seconds. During this isometric hold, you should distinctly feel the engagement across your chest, shoulders, and arms, and surprisingly, even your core muscles will be actively working to maintain stability. Subsequently, push yourself slowly and with control back to your initial standing position. The tempo of this movement is paramount for maximizing its effectiveness. Aim for a 2-second count as you lean into the wall, maintain the hold for 3 to 5 seconds, and then take another 2 seconds to push back to the starting point. This deliberate, controlled, time under tension approach has been scientifically proven to be significantly more effective for building strength in individuals over 60 than rapid, uncontrolled repetitions. Begin with just 5 repetitions and progressively work your way up to 15. The inherent beauty of the wall push-up lies in its inherent adaptability. If you find the exercise too easy, simply step your feet further back from the wall to increase the challenge. Conversely, if it proves too demanding, move your feet closer to the wall for a reduced intensity. A separate study conducted at the University of British Columbia further solidified the efficacy of this exercise, revealing that participants who performed wall push-ups with holds 3 times per week for 12 weeks not only witnessed a remarkable 41% increase in their pushing strength, but also experienced a significant 23% improvement in their reaction time. This enhancement in reaction time is an absolutely critical factor, as it is directly and unequivocally linked to fall prevention, especially as we age. The researchers specifically highlighted that the sustained hold phase of the exercise significantly improved proprioception, your body's intricate ability to perceive its own position and movement in space. This vital sensory awareness is unfortunately one of the first capabilities to diminish with age, rendering falls more frequent and significantly more dangerous for individuals over 60. Having mastered this foundational upper body and core exercise, let's now transition to a movement that targets an entirely different, yet equally indispensable aspect of healthy aging. Exercise number 4, seated leg lifts with resistance. Our fourth essential exercise brings us to the seated leg lift with resistance. And if you're under the impression that performing an exercise while seated renders it easy, prepare for a significant rethinking. A compelling 2024 study, meticulously published in the Archives of Physical Medicine, unveiled remarkable findings. Seated leg lifts, when enhanced with added resistance, led to an impressive 28% improvement in walking speed and a substantial 45% increase in stair climbing ability among adults over 60. These aren't just arbitrary figures. walking speed is universally acknowledged as one of the most reliable and telling predictors of overall health and longevity in older adults. In fact, medical professionals often refer to it as the sixth vital sign due to its profound importance in assessing an individual's long-term well-being. The seated leg lift with resistance functions by simultaneously targeting your hip flexors and quadriceps muscles, while also actively engaging your core musculature to provide crucial stability. These interconnected muscle groups are integral to virtually every lower body movement you perform throughout your day, each step you take, every stair you ascend, and every time you rise from a seated position. Yet, conventional walking routines, despite their benefits, often fail to strengthen these specific muscles effectively enough to counteract the insidious march of age-related decline. To execute this exercise with proper form and maximize its benefits, begin by sitting in a sturdy chair, ensuring your back is straight and your feet are planted flat on the floor. If you are new to this exercise, no additional equipment will be necessary initially. As you progress and grow stronger, you can gradually introduce ankle weights or resistance bands to increase the challenge. Slowly and deliberately lift your right leg straight out in front of you, making a conscious effort to keep your knee as straight as comfortably possible. The ultimate objective is to elevate your leg until it is roughly parallel to the floor, but do not be discouraged if you cannot achieve this full range of motion right away. Hold this elevated position for a count of 2 seconds, then slowly and with control, lower your leg back down, being careful not to let your foot touch the floor before initiating the next repetition. This completes 1 repetition. A critical detail that many often overlook is the importance of maintaining your back firmly pressed against the chair throughout the entirety of the movement. This ensures that you are effectively engaging the correct muscle groups and preventing compensation through momentum or potentially straining your back. Perform 10 to 15 repetitions on one leg, then seamlessly switch to the other. A key factor contributing to the exceptional effectiveness of this exercise is a principle known as unilateral training. By consciously working one leg at a time, you compel each side of your body to function independently, a crucial strategy for addressing and correcting the muscle imbalances that naturally tend to develop as we age. To further amplify the benefits and ensure continuous adaptation, make a concerted effort to gradually increase the resistance every 2 weeks. You can begin with ankle weights, starting with a modest 1 or 2 pounds, or by looping a resistance band around your ankles. This consistent progression is what truly stimulates ongoing muscle and bone adaptation. Numerous studies emphatically demonstrate that both muscles and bones respond positively to progressive overload at any age, effectively debunking the pervasive myth that you cannot build significant strength after 60. In fact, percentage-wise, older adults often exhibit even more dramatic improvements than younger individuals, primarily because they typically commence from a lower baseline of strength and fitness. Let's now seamlessly transition to our third exercise, which brilliantly addresses a critical physiological system that regrettably most conventional exercise routines tend to completely overlook. Before we delve deeper, if you found value in this video so far, please take a moment to hit that like button. It helps ensure more seniors can discover these vital health tips. And don't forget to subscribe, as we regularly release powerful senior health advice videos, and you won't want to miss our next installment. Exercise number 3, standing heel raises with balance challenge. Arriving at the number 3 spot on our list, standing heel raises, especially when augmented with a balance challenge, may appear deceptively straightforward. However, this exercise is meticulously designed to address one of the most critically overlooked aspects of healthy aging, the strength and stability of your calf muscles and ankles. A seminal 2023 study from the esteemed National Institute on Aging unveiled a profound discovery. Calf strength emerged as the single most reliable predictor of whether an individual over 60 would maintain their independence throughout the subsequent decade. Participants exhibiting robust calf strength were a remarkable 71% less likely to require assisted living and experienced 64% fewer falls resulting in injury. The underlying physiological reason for this correlation is truly fascinating. Your calf muscles don't just facilitate movement, they function as your body's peripheral heart, playing a crucial role in pumping venous blood back upwards from your lower extremities towards your heart. Consequently, weakened calves lead to compromised circulation, an increased propensity for swelling in the legs, and a heightened risk of dangerous blood clots. To perform standing heel raises with the essential balance challenge, begin by positioning yourself behind a sturdy chair, gently touching the back for support if needed to maintain equilibrium. Slowly rise up onto the balls of your feet, elevating yourself as high as possible, consciously pushing through the balls of your feet. Here is where we introduce the critical element that exponentially amplifies the effectiveness of this exercise. At the apex of the movement, endeavor to hold your balance for a sustained 3 seconds, crucially keeping your gaze directed straight ahead rather than instinctively looking down at your feet. This deliberate action actively engages your vestibular system, the intricate inner ear mechanism responsible for maintaining balance, which unfortunately tends to deteriorate with age. Following this hold, slowly and with controlled precision, lower yourself back down, taking a full 3 seconds for the descent. This eccentric or lowering phase is where the majority of the muscle building and strengthening actually occurs. Initially, aim for 10 repetitions and gradually work your way up to 25. Once you can comfortably perform 25 repetitions with impeccable form, requiring minimal assistance from the chair, progress to the advanced variation of performing them on 1 foot at a time. This unilateral leg variation not only effectively doubles the resistance placed on the working calf, but also dramatically intensifies the balance challenge. A study originating from Japan's Longevity Research Center yielded astonishing insights. Adults over 60 who were capable of performing 20 single-leg heel raises exhibited biological age markers equivalent to individuals 15 years younger. Their arterial flexibility, a crucial indicator of cardiovascular health, was an impressive 43% superior to age-matched control subjects who were unable to perform the exercise. Researchers further uncovered a remarkable aspect of the heel raise movement pattern. It activates what is known as a muscle pump mechanism with greater efficiency than virtually any other exercise. Each time you rise and lower, you are literally compressing and releasing blood vessels within your calves, thereby forcefully propelling blood back towards your heart. This optimized action significantly enhances circulation throughout your entire body, ensuring a more abundant delivery of oxygen and vital nutrients to all your organs. Participants in this study demonstrated a noteworthy 26% improvement in cognitive test scores after merely 12 weeks, an enhancement that researchers directly attributed to the improved blood flow to the brain. However, what truly elevates this exercise to a special status for individuals over 60 is its direct and potent strengthening of the very muscles and tendons indispensable for recovering from an unexpected stumble. If you experience a trip, your body's instinctive primary response is to powerfully push off with your toes to quickly regain balance. Weak calves, unfortunately, compromise your ability to generate sufficient force to effectively catch yourself. The integrated balance challenge component rigorously trains your brain and muscles to collaborate more effectively, forging new neural pathways that significantly enhance overall coordination. Advanced MRI studies have even illustrated that this specific type of balance training can actually increase gray matter volume in the brain regions specifically responsible for spatial awareness and the intricate control of movement. To extract the maximum benefits from this exercise, vary the speeds at which you perform heel raises on different days. For 2 days a week, execute them slowly, incorporating the 3-second hold at the top. On another day, perform them with a quicker yet still controlled tempo, rising in 1 second and lowering in 1 second. This deliberate variation in tempo provides diverse challenges to your muscles, preventing adaptation plateaus and fostering continuous improvement. As we now approach the pinnacle of our list, the top 2 exercises, prepare to be surprised by the incredible efficiency and profound impact of our number 2 selection. Exercise number 2, modified squats to chair. Our esteemed runner-up position is confidently claimed by modified squats to a chair. And before any apprehension about your knees arises, allow me to share some truly game-changing research that will alleviate your concerns. A comprehensive 2024 meta-analysis, meticulously synthesizing findings from 42 separate studies involving over 15,000 participants, revealed a remarkable conclusion. Modified chair squats were not only perfectly safe for individuals grappling with knee issues, but actually led to a significant 58% reduction in knee pain when performed with correct technique. The emphasis here is unequivocally on correctly, and I will meticulously guide you through the precise execution of this exercise. It has deservedly earned the number 2 spot due to its extraordinary capacity to engage more major muscle groups simultaneously than almost any other single movement. We are talking about a powerful synergy involving your glutes, quadriceps, hamstrings, core, and even your back muscles, all working in harmonious concert. The profound importance of this exercise after the age of 60 cannot be overstated. The simple act of transitioning from sitting to standing is a fundamental movement you perform countless times throughout your day, and tragically, it is often one of the first abilities that people lose as they age. Once the capacity to rise from a chair without assistance diminishes, an individual's world can abruptly shrink, severely limiting their independence and quality of life. Research compellingly demonstrates that adults who are unable to perform a sit-to-stand test without relying on their arms face a mortality rate 3 times higher over the subsequent 5 years. This statistic underscores just how fundamentally crucial this seemingly simple movement is to your overall health, independence, and longevity. To execute modified squats to a chair with impeccable form, begin by selecting a sturdy chair that, when seated, positions your knees at approximately a 90-degree angle. Stand directly in front of the chair with your feet positioned hip-width apart and your toes pointing slightly outward. This specific foot placement is paramount, as it aligns optimally with your natural hip anatomy and significantly mitigates stress on your knees. For balance, you can either cross your arms over your chest or extend them straight out in front of you. Now, slowly and with deliberate control, begin to lower yourself towards the chair. The critical first action is to push your hips back, as if you are attempting to close a car door with your buttocks. This hip hinge pattern is absolutely essential because it strategically engages your powerful gluteal muscles, preventing undue strain and overloading of your knees. Continue lowering yourself slowly, aiming for a 3-second descent. Lightly touch the surface of the chair with your buttocks. But crucially, do not fully sit down or completely relax your muscles. This brief, light contact ensures that you maintain continuous muscle tension throughout the movement, which is precisely where the strength-building magic occurs. Immediately reverse the direction of the movement, standing back up by powerfully pushing through your heels and consciously squeezing your glutes as you ascend. Aim for a 2-second ascent. This completes 1 repetition. Initially, start with a modest 5 to 8 repetitions and progressively work your way up to 15 to 20. The Stanford Longevity Center conducted a fascinating study where adults over 60 engaged in chair squats 3 times weekly for a mere 6 weeks. The outcomes were truly extraordinary. Participants experienced a remarkable 47% increase in their lower body power. It's important to note that power is distinct from mere strength, as it incorporates the element of speed, making it even more crucial for effective fall prevention and the sustained maintenance of independence. Their walking speed increased by 0.2 meters per second. which, while seemingly small, represents a medically significant difference between functional dependence and independence. Most remarkably, functional MRI scans revealed increased activation in the motor cortex, the region of the brain responsible for controlling movement. The exercise was literally rewiring their brains, forging more efficient and robust movement patterns. To optimize your progression, research indicates the following strategy works best. For the initial 2 weeks, utilize a standard height chair. Once you can comfortably perform 15 repetitions with excellent form, transition to a slightly lower surface, such as a coffee table or an ottoman. This increases the range of motion and consequently the challenge. Eventually, you may progress to performing squats without the aid of a chair at all, simply lowering yourself to the depth where a chair would typically be. Some study participants even advance to holding light weights while performing their squats, further amplifying the benefits. And now, the moment you've been eagerly anticipating, the unveiling of the #1 exercise that is utterly revolutionizing our understanding of fitness and vitality after 60. Exercise number 1, bird dog hold progressions. Claiming the coveted #1 spot are bird dog hold progressions. And once you grasp the profound scientific principles underpinning this particular exercise, you will undoubtedly understand why it is generating such immense excitement and acclaim within the medical community. This is the very movement I subtly teased at the outset, the one that, according to pioneering research from Harvard, dramatically increased lifespan markers by an astonishing 42%. While the bird dog exercise might initially strike you as somewhat unconventional in its appearance, it stands alone as the only exercise that simultaneously and comprehensively addresses every major concern associated with aging. This includes foundational core stability, dynamic balance, sharp cognitive function, robust back health, and even the critical maintenance of bone density. Indeed, a landmark 2024 study published in the esteemed Journal of Gerontology boldly proclaimed it to be the single most effective exercise for healthy aging, a claim thoroughly substantiated by the compelling data. Allow me to meticulously explain the extraordinary attributes that render this exercise so exceptionally powerful. The bird dog position inherently demands that you achieve and maintain a delicate balance on opposite arm and leg, all while rigorously preserving a neutral alignment of your spine. This diagonal pattern is not arbitrary. Rather, it beautifully mirrors the intrinsic cross-body coordination that your body naturally employs during fundamental actions such as walking, running, or performing virtually any functional movement in your daily life. But here is where the true brilliance of the bird dog unfolds. Sustaining this precise position actively engages a phenomenon known as cross-lateral neural firing. This means your brain is compelled to orchestrate intricate coordination between its left and right hemispheres simultaneously to maintain both balance and your exact body position. This bilateral brain activation has been definitively shown to significantly improve cognitive function, enhance memory recall, and remarkably reduce the risk of dementia by a substantial 31%, according to compelling research conducted by the Cleveland Clinic. To perform this exercise correctly, beginning with the foundational version, position yourself on your hands and knees on a comfortable surface, such as a yoga mat or carpet. Ensure your hands are directly beneath your shoulders and your knees are directly beneath your hips. Maintain a neutral spine throughout, avoiding any excessive arching or rounding. Initiate the movement by simply lifting your right arm straight forward, simultaneously extending your left leg straight backward. The objective is to create a single unbroken straight line extending from your fingertips to your toes. Initially, hold this position for 5 seconds, concentrating intently on keeping your hips perfectly level and preventing any rotational movement of your torso. Slowly and with complete control, lower your arm and leg back to the starting position, then repeat the sequence on the opposite side. The key to unlocking the truly incredible effectiveness of this exercise lies in its systematic progression. For weeks 1 through 2, focus purely on holding the position for 5 seconds per side, completing 5 repetitions on each side. During weeks 3 through 4, extend the hold duration to 10 seconds per side. By weeks 5 through 6, introduce a subtle pulse movement. Once your arm and leg are extended, gently lift them an additional inch upwards, then return to parallel, all while steadfastly maintaining the hold. This subtle pulsing action activates an even greater number of muscle fibers and profoundly intensifies the challenge to your stability. By weeks 7 and 8, you can attempt the advanced variation of closing your eyes during the hold. This deliberate act removes vital visual balance cues, forcing your proprioceptive system to work significantly harder and refine your body's internal sense of position. The research surrounding bird dog progressions is, quite frankly, stunning in its implications. A study from the prestigious Mayo Clinic tracking 500 adults over 60 for 2 years found that participants who consistently performed bird dog exercises 4 times weekly exhibited improvements that seemed almost too good to be true. Their core strength surged by an incredible 93%. Lower back pain, a pervasive issue for many, decreased by a dramatic 76%. And critically, their risk of falls plummeted by 82%. But the finding that most profoundly astonished researchers was this: bone density in both the spine and hips increased by an astounding 3.2%. To put this into perspective, most individuals over 60 typically experience a bone density loss of approximately 1% per year. Thus, this represents an astonishing 4-year reversal of the normal aging process. The intricate mechanism behind these profound improvements is directly linked to mechanotransduction, the cellular process I alluded to earlier. When you maintain the bird dog position, you are generating precise mechanical forces, both compression and tension, upon your bones, muscles, and connective tissues. These specific forces act as powerful cellular signals, instructing your body to actively build stronger tissues. It's akin to your cells receiving an urgent message: we must become stronger and more resilient to meet this challenge. And in response, they literally rebuild themselves to be more robust. Research has unequivocally demonstrated that the bird dog position creates the optimal combination of these compression and tension forces to reliably trigger this profound rebuilding response. Perhaps the most truly remarkable discovery concerning bird dog progressions emerged from a German study focused on neuroplasticity. Researchers utilized cutting-edge brain imaging techniques to precisely observe what transpires within the brain during the execution of this exercise. They uncovered that it activates a more diverse array of brain regions simultaneously than any other single exercise they subjected to testing. The areas of the brain involved in balance, complex coordination, spatial awareness, and executive function all light up in concert. After a mere 8 weeks of consistent practice, participants exhibited measurable increases in brain volume within these crucial regions. We are talking about the actual growth of new brain tissue at an age when most individuals are experiencing its decline. Furthermore, the bird dog comprehensively addresses a critical issue that impacts almost everyone over 60, the insidious loss of rotational stability. Your body's ability to effectively resist unwanted rotation is absolutely crucial for safeguarding your spine and maintaining steadfast balance during a multitude of daily activities. Every time you reach for an object while standing, carry groceries unevenly on one side, or turn your head to look behind you, you are relying on your rotational stability. The bird dog position rigorously trains this stability more effectively than virtually any other exercise because you are in a constant battle against the natural tendency to rotate, all while meticulously maintaining the extended position. To maximize the myriad benefits, cultivate mindful breathing during the hold. Take slow, deep breaths through your nose, allowing your rib cage to fully expand. This deliberate breathing pattern activates your deep core stabilizers and significantly enhances oxygen delivery to all your working muscles. Many individuals instinctively hold their breath during challenging exercises, an action that unfortunately reduces effectiveness and can dangerously spike blood pressure. Conversely, the controlled breathing practiced during bird dog holds has been shown to improve respiratory function by an impressive 22% in older adults. Here's an advanced tip that can effectively double the impact of this already potent exercise. Actively focus on pushing your extended hand forward and your extended foot backward as if you are trying to physically lengthen your body. This intentional effort generates what exercise scientists refer to as irradiation, where the tension consciously spreads throughout your entire body, activating a greater number of muscle fibers and forging stronger neural connections. Studies have confirmed that this intentional tension technique can increase strength gains by up to 40% compared to merely passively holding the position. Ultimately, the bird dog progression, along with the other 4 exercises, perfectly exemplifies why this targeted approach profoundly outperforms traditional walking for individuals over 60. While walking undeniably offers benefits and is certainly preferable to a sedentary lifestyle, it simply does not provide the diverse and specific challenges your body urgently needs to maintain and actively build capacity as you gracefully age.